Hey guys, it's me, Yaya Diamond. What's up? Yo, we have an amazing person on the show today. An author, right? An author, but he's funny. Like, I'm not funny. I'm just weird, but he's funny because he's been doing a lot of things in front of people. Okay. But it's his first time being like on a podcast. So we have to do our gracious welcome and say thank you guys so much for tuning in. But most of all, thank you, Bruce, for hanging out with us and being with us today. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
Oh man, so see, I'm not funny. I laugh at myself because I'm silly, but you have done so much. Tell me about yourself. I mean, what is it that kind of propelled you into writing in the first place?
I started making this stuff up about 15 years ago, and you go into the bar and you share it with them, and everybody's like, "Oh man, tell him to shut up." And then you get a whole bunch of them. I started doing stand-up comedy using them, and nobody can really remember more than one or two or three things that I said because rapid fire, and they're all homophonials. And so I figured if I had a book, then I could say, hey, you can get the book at the door on your way out, and then you don't have to remember anything. And
Oh.
so there came the idea, and then you got to get enough. And so I never looked at a list of homophonials until way after I did the book, and I used most of them up that you can use.
Wow.
So pretty entertaining stuff. You got to come up with a homophonial, which is a homophone, and they got to be able to be said consecutively, two or three. And the four in a row, I only did one of those, and that took so long. But you got to come up with, put them into a sentence, and then you have to build a story so that you can say that sentence.
Mm.
Therein lies the entertainment.
Wow. That that is like wow. Because you're okay, stand-up comedy is one thing, but then to write a book and then to have people take it with them. Wow. Why write the book though? I mean, I understand why you said they don't need to kind of remember anything, but there has to be another reason why you wrote that book. There must have been something else that compelled you.
It's just kind of fun that it's like Bayer aspirin. If Bayer aspirin had a mascot and it was a bear and it was naked, it would be a bear, bear, bear. Right?
Stop! Stop! That is too funny. Oh my gosh,
What
and you're
do you
right.
what do you call a bummed out guy in a submarine?
I don't know. Tell me.
Subdude, subdude.
Oh my gosh,
Anyway,
you're right.
or you can come up with like all the Indian tribes of Washington State. We're going to get together for a big powwow, the shindig, the big party, the light show, and one of the tribes decided it was going to upstage the whole 9 yards. So when the light show came on, it only came on to one tribe. They called it the illumination of the illumination.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Actually, it's the Lummy, but Lumi works just as good,
oh
or
wow.
even better, actually. The illumination of the illumination.
Oh my gosh. So these are all play on words. Like
The whole book is stuff like that.
wow.
Um,
Was that
like,
difficult? I have to say that I mean to me that would have been super hard because my little pea brain probably would have no, I couldn't have. Was it hard for you?
well, you churn through so many words. It's like the cow told her calf, like all mothers do from time to time, it's past your time. They're spelled differently and said consecutively, and they make sense.
Wow. Wow. So you literally came up with all of this.
But there's like 36 of them in there. Actually, in this one here, there's a few more because I added a bunch of different stuff in there from the first book to the second book.
Okay, so which one was the most difficult for you to get, I mean, to come up with? Which one?
Well, the first one I didn't have as much help as I would have wanted.
Uh-huh.
And the second one, they went through everything with me really good. And then so what I did is when I do the stand-up comedy, I wrote this so it's verbatim of what I say. So
Mm.
you can read the book as I'm running off at the mouth and it sounds just like a tape recording or something like that. But it's live.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you use a lot of animals in your stories too. Tell me about this. Why? And I see your cat behind you. So cute. It's taking the story. I mean, the cat is stealing this whole thing, okay? The cat is just too cute. It's stealing everything. Okay, we have nothing now.
His name is Little Boy.
Oh goodness.
Um, I was making a noticing of that, but it's easier to put an animal into a story.
Mhm.
Um, like that cat, his name was Paw, and he was just lightning quick. I mean, he was so fast they had to do a documentary on him. So they brought in the film crew and they got a film of him going after the little bird. And so then they had to bring in the narrator to narrate the film, and he's talking about how Paw is creeping through the grass, left paw, right paw, left paw, and he hunkers down, left paw, right paw, left paw. Then pause, 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 and we don't even need to finish that story.
Hmm. No.
P apostrophe F P A W
Pause.
P A
Pause.
U S E.
Yeah. Pause. 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 Wait.
Pause.
Okay.
Take a break.
Who's Billy Jack? What is Billy Jack?
Billy Jack. That's Tom Laughlin. In the late '60s and the '70s, they had Billy Jack, and he was kind of looking out for the Indian tribes. And one of these mayor was going to take all their land, and so he went up. Billy Jack went up against the mayor and all of his cronies, and he's standing in front of the mayor, and he says, "I'm going to take this foot." And I'm going to kick you on that side of your face, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I figured I could use that. So when I use that, when I start out, I say I'm going to Billy Jack you tonight, and everybody doesn't know what Billy Jack is. So anyway, tonight I'm going to sing a song for you, and it's going to stick in your head. And when you get into your car, it's going to pop into your head, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like
Wow.
the toad, before he went down the stream, they told the toad that he had to do it. Well,
Yeah.
so it says, I am not going to do it. And he says, well, you've got to do it. He says, I am not going to do it. And he says, well, we're going to make you. And he says, well, go for it. So they grabbed him and they tied him and they pulled him up and they put his toe on the line. So the toad the line before he went down the stream.
Oh my gosh. That is so clever. I mean, okay. So when did you start doing this? I mean, like, what year was it that you realized that this was something that you had to do?
God, I don't know, maybe 2005. I moved somewhere around there too. I moved out. I bought a place and built my house out in Bothell, and there's a bar at Thrasher's Corner, and we spent a lot of time in there playing golf on the golf machines. And I started coming up with these, and then they're asking me, "Do you have another one?" And so it just started being kind of my brain doesn't really shut off, and you're searching for words and words that sound the same spelled differently, and
Hmm.
then how can you put them into a sentence, and then you build a little story. And God, I've changed so many stories around. There's more than one way to do these words, but
Wow.
it's to come up with them. It's kind of clever. I mean,
Mm.
it takes some thinking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. Wow, I absolutely love this, and I love the book. I love the cover of the book. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the book. Play with words, fun with homonyms and homophones. I mean, oh my gosh, I've always said that you got to be careful what you say because first of all, you could be saying something that's really not good.
Well,
But
that's
you
why
know, so
I had to put homonyms in there because plays with homophones, people probably won't even pick up the book. It's like, well, I'm going to stay away from that. But everybody knows the antonym and the synonym and the homonym. Well, what the heck is a homophone? And then you flip it over, and I've done some pretty entertaining stuff over the years. And I predict earthquakes. In fact, I just nailed another one the other
wow.
night. It's all timing sequences for me, and
Mm,
then you call triggers, and but that's a whole different story.
mm.
I spent a year in Korea. It took me 3 weeks to learn how to read and write it, or to memorize the alphabet,
Oh wow.
and I still do. It's fun. You go into the coffee shops, or the not the coffee shops, the teriyaki places, and most of them are run. A lot of them are run by Koreans, and you go "Annyeonghaseyo, Agashi," and they're like, "Oh my God, who's this dude?" Because I was there when I was 20. I turned 20 in Korea, and now I'm 66, and it's like, yeah,
Wow. Wow, that is so cool. I mean, I could sit here all day and listen to your stories because I'm that kind of person where I want to hear like all of it. I want to hear it because I think that, people don't realize that learning these stories and understanding the human person, the person behind it is really the key to unlocking the book. But we don't have that much time, which is unfortunate. I literally think that you are an amazing person to actually put something like this together and to come up with all of these homophones. I mean, I'm not doing it. I don't think I could. To me,
I
that's a lot of patience.
I have a game that's not out, but it will be as soon as I can get it copyrighted.
Nice.
It's called Fix. That stands for five in a row or six in a row, five, six, fix. And it's like tic tac toe on steroids. Two, three, and four player. And I need to find somebody that can help me get it copyrighted.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Sometime in the near
copywriting.
future. Huh?
Copywriting games is more like a trademark than it is a copyright per se.
Yeah. You have to cover the rules,
Yeah.
or make sure that, yeah, so that nobody can
Wow.
use it against me.
Well, I absolutely love that. I love that whole idea and that whole premise. That sounds amazing to me. I think that's going to be fun. I think that's going to be fun. Once you get the trademark, let us know because I think that game is going to be a lot of fun and it's going to make people laugh.
It's a game for 5 years up to an old man, older than me.
Well, my gosh, is there anything that we didn't cover or didn't ask you today that you'd like to say to your fans and to people out there looking? And I know that the QR code is in the corner over there for the book. It's also in the description box below. But is there anything we missed today, Bruce?
No, I think we covered everything that I can think of anyway.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah,
the book is on Amazon.
yeah, it's on Amazon. You can get it at Workbook Press, and the old copy you can go to iUniverse. But you can get both copies on uh, on Amazon books and the geez, Barnes and Noble. Jesus,
Oh, I think it's those
and
holograms and those homophones that are getting you, yo.
Barnes and Noble. There you go.
Barnes and Nobles.
There's 11 ways to say it wrong.
That's it. Yes, yes, yes.
I covered five, I think.
We're gonna put the link in the description for the Amazon link, but you guys can go ahead and do a search on Google or Microsoft, whatever wherever you do your searches, and it'll definitely take you there. Just put Bruce P. Atwood in the search bar and you'll find it. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to dare to be different. Bruce, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It was
Oh, it's been a pleasure.
okay.
All right, then, guys. Until next time, be blessed and don't be stressed. And remember to rhyme your words the best way you can.
I'm gonna make like a bargain hunter and make a goodbye.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for watching.
I dare to be different.